and then you can start. But we are super excited for the call this morning. Today, happy Friday, everybody. And we will start in a second. Just waiting for
And then you can start.
Okay. All right. Okay, the floor is yours.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. Before earlier this morning, I was starting to text somebody to say, I have to do this, but I am changing my verbiage to say, I get to do this. Because just like we all have our different strengths and our different weaknesses, and what Tracy said yesterday was really great. So many wonderful things she said I really loved. And it's just like whatever our strengths are, we always I don't know, we do that because that's who we are. But some of those little weaker sides of our personality are things that we could always strengthen up a little bit, power it up. So I am just really thrilled that I get to do this among all of you wonderful, wonderful leaders. You guys are the next 6 and 7 stars in our company. Do you realize that? It is just so thrilling. And I'm so honored to be able to be a part of this group and a part of the company. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about is it is a brand new year. And we have the Lunar New Year coming up too at the end of the month on the 31st. And so for what I've always done for every new year is like what we've been talking about, setting our goals, envisioning where we're going to be at this time 1 year from now. So new year, new you, new team. Let's go. I'm going to be so excited about this whole new phenomenal year. You're going to be winning so much. You're going to be so tired of winning. You're going to call George and Adrian and Christine and Karen and Tracy's like, oh my gosh, people are calling me 2 a.m. How do I do this? How do I do that? And you're going to be so exhausted of winning. And all we're going to do is say, keep going. Yes, keep winning. It's just going to be so phenomenal. And the thing that you need to do, that we all do, and I'm not going to say you because it's me, all these things are things I want to do, have to do, choose to do. And that is decide who I'm going to have on my team, who is my board of directors, what do I want? So think about that. What do you really, really want today? I want a new team member right now. And I said that yesterday because, all right, this is my goal. And it's kind of scary to say in front of all these people is I am going to enroll 60 new first lines or 60 L1s, 60 business-minded power partners for me. So, and then once I do that, everything just kind of sings. It really flows. So 60, yikes. I was thinking about the beginning of the company in February 2023 up until like the end of December. I have added 30 new personal team members. And that's like 2 years. Oh, wait, no, 60, forgive me, 60 new team members in 2 years. So I want to do that in 1 year. And then when you think about it, we have 52 weeks in a year. You could enroll one person every week, 50 people. All right. And think if you enrolled somebody every day, 365 people. Okay. So the numbers, decide what you want. We've had on the, some of our team members with Christine, we've had some new people who just started, and within a week or 2 weeks, they are 3 stars. They have enrolled 6, 7, 8 people their very first week. And I would love to have everybody think about your best check that you've had. If you're brand new, I don't know, maybe think about some other platforms that you're on. Think about your best check ever, or maybe your first check ever. What did you do? Like in the beginning of 3, I everybody was getting prepared and I recruited 10 people my first week because I wanted to be in a happy 10. And I think every new year we should do that. New year, new team. Let's recruit our happy 10 this month. And if it's a little short, just do it the next month. But as soon as you recruit your first happy 10, then you're going to have like probably like out of my first 10, I went back and looked at my check, my first check. Out of my happy 10, I had three 3 stars out of the 10. And I had 6 founders, 2 business builders, 3 business builders, forgive me, I don't know, something like that. But I remember 6 founders, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yes. And 3 premiums and 1 intro pack. So those numbers I think are pretty normal. When you recruit 10, think about what you will see with that amount when you first do 10. But I would say try to do your first 10 for this beginning of the year fast. Do it fast, because every new person, when they first start here, they're doing launches. They're so excited. They're telling everybody. And something that Tracy said yesterday too is just like throughout the years when you're in these industries, you've already talked to your friends and families like several times. I remember in my other platform, I think I signed up my sister 5 times. And it was just like, wow, I'm winning a car. Are you active? No? All right, let's re-sign you up. But so after you run through your friends and family for a while, you are going to have to meet new people. And I think it's the most exciting thing to do. I really do. Because when you remember, like yesterday on the Zoom call, and Irene kind of got emotional a little bit thanking Christine, and then Christine got emotional thanking George. You remember that? Oh my gosh, every day I feel like that. I'm crying like, thank God somebody talked to somebody who talked to me. And so this is how you're going to be. This is the impact that you're going to make on other people. And you don't know who they are. You're not trying to convince people to do anything. You're just offering the best gift ever, the gift of health and the gift of wealth. And so the other thing that I'm not sure who said this, but I've always said this in my past too. It's always better to have more money in your own pocket so you can help others. And maybe that didn't come out right, but it's okay to earn money so you can help more. The more money you have, the more money you can help others, right? Okay. And so with all that being said, the beginning of the new year, build a new team. Think about how excited you were during that very first day when you signed up in 3, or whatever your first day, any place, your best check. And so I think for the beginning of the year, everybody needs to have a new check story. It's like tell all your new people, well, in 1 week I recruited 10 people, or 2 weeks, or 1 month we recruited 10 people. This is our results. This is what I could help you do. And some people who are thinking like, ooh, yikes, like maybe the 1,300 or 2,800 might be a little much. Just say something like, here, this is what I've done. This is what I teach everybody to do. We can get your money back in your investment before your bill comes in from your credit card or something like that. But just when you have your numbers together and you could show people exactly what happened with you, I think people are going to feel a little bit more relaxed, trusting, and they feel better that you can show them the way. So I think we all as leaders need to have a really good check story. Let's see, today we have I don't know, before the 31st, today is the 28th, I think, or something, but see what you could do within a week. I think a week is really good. All right. So I have to tell a story because I think before I told too many stories and I'm like thinking about training. But I have to tell you this one story before I have some other fearless leaders speak. And one is like yesterday. So I said, I want to enroll one new person today. I haven't, just to be honest, I haven't enrolled one new person for the month of January yet. That is so not like me. And I was thinking, like, when I signed up in the beginning, it was just like 10 people in a week. What's my problem? So I'm thinking, well, I don't know, maybe I'm helping other people a whole lot, which is good. But how can you help people if you don't show what you've done lately? And I think, setting the example, being the example is really so important. All right. So yesterday I said, all right, I got to find somebody. Where am I going to find somebody? We're all in our homes a lot now these days, on Zooms, talking on the computer, all this other stuff. You have to make a point to get out of the house. And I'm training myself now to go to the gym more than twice a week. I have to go because a lot of people work from home and their only access out is usually the gym, church, grocery store. I don't know, maybe there's some other things. Shopping. Oh, yeah. Shopping is always fun. So, this is my strategy. It's like wherever I go, if you're out in a restaurant and you're kind of a real social person, you're going out a lot, this is how you work your business with your social life. You meet one new person on the way in of whatever store or restaurant. Then you meet somebody while you're at the restaurant sitting next to you, maybe the server, the hostess, or somebody who's like maybe around you working there or dining with you or shopping. And then you find somebody on your way out. I always made it my that's just the way I worked it. Always one in, one there, one out. And I would get 3 people in every situation. And I would make sure that I forced myself to get out. Back in the day when I was in my first platform, I started as an Amico engineer and had no life, had no lunches or anything. But when I met Christine and she told me about this other business, I wanted that more than I wanted a promotion at Amico. Because so I get an extra, I don't know, 5%. What is that? Nothing in the big scheme of things. It's like a manicure. It's like an extra manicure a month or something. So it doesn't add up to a whole lot. And I thought I have to limit myself at my day job. And I recommend this to everybody that's on my team. Do enough not to get fired. You don't have to do anything extra. Stop doing extra at your job. If you're in this business and you want to be a 4, 5, 6-star, 7-star, go on these trips, travel the world, and go to Monte Carlo with me. That is my dream. I'm going to be a 6-star. But the only way I can do that is not only depending on my team, which is amazing. Now we have East Coast people. I'm so excited about that. But you also have to just keep doing it, yourself. It's got a new person. We have a new person. And then the new people inspire the people who have been in your team for a while. All these new people who are just coming in lately, like Shannon's on fire and she's bringing all these other people who are on fire. And we're like, wow, where'd that person come from? What am I doing? And it's freezing everywhere. Or let's always, have our prayers for California people and all of them too. But that's why it is so important that Christine has always told us to have people in all geographical areas of the country. There's always something happening someplace. So diversify your team in different areas of the country and the world. Our celebrations are not their celebrations sometimes. So it's always great to do that. All right, so back to the story that I keep trying to start is recruit one person today, enroll one new person, go out there and meet somebody. So, all right, I thought, well, at first I was thinking about what I'm going to train on. And this is one thing, I don't know if you could see it here. It's probably going to be backwards. The 2-minute story for network marketers by Big Al. And of course, our fearless leader, George, knows him. He knows everybody that's important in these, famous people and everything else. But Big Al Schreider, he has such great 2-minute one-liners. Like, yeah, you might be interested in this business. You can make a lot of money, or maybe not. Try not to laugh or don't say anything because that will intrigue them. It always does. I always say things like that. And I have like dog-eared this book for years. It is so great. And sometimes I'll say, well, it might be for you, might not. You might know other people that really want to be healthier and richer. And you kind of say that, and then everybody kind of laughs after that. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, I want to be healthier and richer. But you do it in a light, fun way. So there's no pressure, because what you're doing when you're meeting somebody just for the first time, saying hello or something like that to somebody, you're kind of interviewing them on the spot for you. You're subliminally like qualifying them to see if they might be a good fit. I know we talk about having everybody on the team or everybody in three, and I think that's great. Throw out the nets and see who comes back, but I'm always thinking, like, do I think she would be good at this? Do I think it would be easy for her? Do I think she would have fun doing this? Do I think it would be something that they would like? So I think these things while I'm in a 2-minute conversation with somebody. All right, so I'm thinking about who am I going to enroll? And the first person I saw, all right, so I went to the gym, got to go to the gym. After working out at the gym, you are pumped. It's almost like, I don't know, you're not afraid to say anything to anybody because you're pumping weights and you're feeling good. It's like, wow, I lifted 10 pounds more. Wow, that's so awesome. Iron Woman, or something. So I'm in the elevator. And that's what this whole 2-minute story book is about. What is your elevator pitch? So you have to have like a 1 or 2-minute little thing of what you're going to say, what you're doing. Adrian had a really good line, which I thought was amazing. Christine, George, everyone. And that was about, it was like, I'm building global distribution centers all over the world. Yeah, I'm looking for other leaders. Might not be for you, maybe, but maybe you know other people. Who knows? But if you're interested in learning a little bit more, I have a Zoom call this week, and you could find out a little bit more. How does that sound? And a lot of people are like, well, yeah, I'll find out. So I met this girl in the elevator, and she came in, and it was freezing. It's like 5 or 6 degrees here in Chicago. And you could tell she had some ear pods on or something. She was on her phone, and she came into the elevator, and I'm in my gym clothes. And so I said, wow, you look like you're you look like you're a leader. And she said, what? What kind of a leader do I look like? And you never know what they're going to say. And I said, well, I don't know. You look like you're in charge of something. You just look like the boss. And she's like, well, I am blah, blah, blah. And she is. And she said, I've worked for these companies. And she started naming them and everything. I'm like, wow, see, I told you. And so then I still said, well, I don't know if you've ever thought about doing anything extra on the side or anything. I have distribution centers all over the world. I'm looking for people. And that's all I said. And then she said, can you do this part-time? And I said, yeah, most people have full-time jobs and they do this on the side because they want to have passive residual income. And then she just said, oh, okay. And then the elevator was closing the door. She was walking, it was her floor, and she held it open. And then, oh, wait. Oh my gosh. I'm getting way too excited. She held it open. She was like, well, do you think I could get your number? And I stepped out on the floor with her and gave her my information, sent her my Blink card. And then I just said, hey, her name is Heidi, in case she does sign up. She has a Zoom today. And so it just takes 2 minutes to meet somebody new, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Have you ever thought about doing anything extra? And then you see what she says or he. And then after that, it's like we have a Zoom call with my business mentor who's worth millions, multi-millions. We could go over the information and see if, see if you like it. So anyway, she responded back, said she was very excited. And this is her day off. She gave me 5 different times and days when she's available. So that is a good lead. And then you have to give yourself applause for just speaking to somebody, first of all, and you have a conversation, no matter where it goes. And then because you're planting seeds, even if somebody says, oh, I'm not interested, or no, I don't think it's for me. It's like, well, keep it in mind, it could be for other people that with AI going on and, the changes that are happening right now. It's always good to have an extra plan B and have a great day. That's it. But then if you could exchange phone numbers, that's great too. Give yourself another little applause. And then if there's a text conversation, applaud then. You have to give yourself all of these little wins. It's not just like all right, nobody signed up today. Well, how many people did you talk to? How many people were you able to exchange phone numbers with? How many future connections, other possibilities? Who else do you know? And just know that you are winning every single day with every person that you talk to. And all right, so yes, what we need to do, we do, all of us, we all want to be, I think, really have some huge growth this year. We're starting to go into momentum. Our company will be doing $260 million, right? 260 million by next year. And so you just tell people, this is like getting in on the ground floor of a really huge movement, and we're looking for global leaders. But all right, so that's really all I wanted to say is just Happy New Year, Happy 10. It's the Lunar New Year that we're going to be celebrating in Las Vegas, many of us. And if you're not yet, you could do it in a day. Maybe you could get in. I don't know if the opening is still there, but become a 3-star in a day. People can do that. And I love hearing about all the excitement, all the new people when they come in and they just blow it out of the water their first few weeks. So let's do that the first couple of months of this year too, just because it's already end of January. And then, oh yeah, last thing. And then wait, it's 9:54. Oh my goodness. I have spoken way too long because I really want Christine and I want Karen to say something. But before that, look at who our leaders are. Look at these people here on this Zoom. Look at who is doing all of our corporate Zooms. Find people like those people. Look at their backgrounds. Karen, I want you to say what you do. And Karen and Christine, I just found out. So Christine always says she's a teacher, a kindergarten school teacher. But first time I ever learned, she was in charge of the tennis team and in charge of getting raises for the teachers. So people that are in charge, Karen, you're the leader of your health organization. So I have got to shut up. And I want all of our great leaders, just like, look at the backgrounds. We need, all right, I got to stop talking. Christine and Karen, if you could say something, that would be so great.
Karen, do you want to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. You did a fantastic job. Always. It's just wonderful to hear you. My goodness. So everything you said, I thought was terrific, and I love it. What I did, a lot of people may not know, but a lot of people that know us know, I was the head of a respiratory therapy department in a local hospital. So, and I was very fortunate to be in a position where I was offered that job and all of that. But I knew there was a time that Clem and I were looking because we were expecting our first child. And so there are people out there that are looking. So I just wanted to add one little thing is, timing is really important. Sometimes people are just Clem will say they're going to bed at night going, there's got to be a better way. There's something else I can do. We don't know that. So when Kimberly talked about just putting out those little taglines that get people to talk, and then you can see that she got this gal's wheels moving in her brain. And what a great contact that was. So that's all I'm going to add because you did a fantastic job. I love Big Al. I think getting your 2-minute story is terrific. And what you're going to do is you're going to find all of this information and you're going to attach it to your personality. And then you're going to be out of your comfort zone because that's where the gold is. And you're going to do just what Kimberly taught today. Fantastic job. Thank you very much. And I'm glad to contribute a little bit. Love ya.
Yes. Oh, you were fantastic, Kimberly and Karen. And yeah, I love warm chatter. And don't you, what do you really feel when you listen to Kimberly? It's her energy and her enthusiasm. And enthusiasm moves mountains. When you are talking to people and meeting new people, smile and be excited. People want hope. They want the feeling of energy, and because they don't get it anyplace else. They're going to a job every day, trading time for money, and they're with a boss, and everybody's like, oh, here we go again. They're looking for enlightenment, excitement. Wouldn't you be excited with Kimberly was talking to you in the elevator? You'd be like, well, what? But yeah, and then the lady holds the door open. Yeah, I want to know more about this. And exactly what Karen said, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. Never, never, never prejudge anyone. I remember when I moved to Houston, I did not know one person in that city. I didn't have any relatives. I didn't know anyone. And so what I did, I got up every day and I got dressed for success. And I went out and I said, I'm going to find 10 new people. And I went to gallerias, I went to Starbucks, I went here. We didn't have Zooms, we didn't have this and that. I built my whole organization on warm chatter. Some said no, some said yes. I'd go out and I taught my people like Kimberly to do the same thing. I say, you need to get 10 new contacts every single day, minimum. And I said, because out of the 10, 3 may never call you back, or it's a wrong number. 3, you will get a hold of them. They say, yeah, I do want to hear about it, but I'm busy this week. And you'll get 3 on a Zoom. And out of that Zoom, you'll get 1 or 2 people. But if you only talk to one person a day, it's going to take you forever. So you want to create the numbers. So I remember when I was teaching, and now we can see Kimberly's just a star. That's a perfect name for her, Star. She is a master at this, but in the beginning, she wasn't. I wasn't a master at this business at the beginning. I would talk to little old ladies in the beginning because if they said no to me, oh, well, who are they? I don't know. I was scared. I was afraid to talk to the sharp looking people. But then I realized I want sharp looking people. In fact, if you think about it, when you're building a team, if you don't want to enroll somebody that you have to turn your porch light on off when they're coming to your house so that your neighbors don't see who's coming to your house. If there's somebody like that, you're going like, whoa, I don't know that I'd want them. And you wouldn't want to be rooming with them in a hotel at a convention. Then maybe they're not the best people. You always want to level up because it's an attraction principle. People attract who they are. So you attract sharp people, they attract other sharp people. They are energetic, they're fun, they want more. And what did Kimberly say to this lady? Oh, I can see you're a leader. And I remember that was kind of a term that I used. But Kimberly didn't have it mastered just in the beginning when I first taught her, as I didn't either. In fact, I had to really train her to say, call me every morning at 8:30 and tell me how many leads you got the day before and what are your plans. I had a 2 to 3 minute message, a little conference. Okay, what's your plans today? Where are you going? What you doing? How many people? And the next day she called me back. How many leads did you get? Who were they? And I said, even if you're tired, you don't stop until you get your last name. And I can remember clearly that, I don't know if you mentioned this because I was late getting on.
No, I wanted to talk about Cindy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was the day that she went out and she had gotten these names and they were just okay. You'll get those, they are, some days you'll have great leads and other days there'll be nobody. And you kind of go, oh, that was a bad day. But the next day, then you go, wow, I got this fantastic new lead. But you have to do it every day. You're just out there lunching and talking to somebody here. You could be sitting in the restaurant waiting to get a table and you talk to the person next to you. Instead of just going sitting by yourself, if there's a place that they have like that you could eat at the counter, like the bar, go up there because you've got a person on your right and your left. You can meet people. Put yourself in a position to meet people. So Kimberly would talk. And so this particular day in Chicago, Kimberly is now going and she's going, oh, boy, I've got 9. Well, be easy to quit. Didn't get her 10th name, but she, in the back of her mind, she said, Christine said, I've got to be accountable. She's got to be asking me how many people did I get. So she sees this one girl with a trench coat with an old beat up bag going to the ATM and getting money. Now we know she has money. And now she's going to go down the elevator and not glamorous, but just a hardworking. And Kimberly says, oh, I got to get that 10th late. She goes and talks to her. And what do you do? I couldn't help but notice you. And she says, oh, thank you. I'm an attorney. Yeah, she was beat up as an attorney. And, that bag, tired, etc. And she said, and so Kimberly used my words. I said, we're just building Chicago. We're looking for leaders to build this organization. And I think would you be open to hearing about it? Or if it's not for you, maybe you might know somebody else, but we're looking for great leaders. And she said, well, yes, and get exchange cars. She became Kimberly's first Cadillac driver in Chicago. Mm-hmm. So if she had not, the other 9 didn't do anything, whatever, it didn't matter, but it was the 10th lead because she didn't give up. Success is always lurking right around the corner. And you're just ready to give up. But if you just go, it's the 3 words, and then some. Do a little bit more. In fact, even though I taught my people to get 10 leads a day, I always did, and then some. 3 more, because it gave me the edge. See, there's no competition in this business because everybody's afraid to talk. And so, in case of point with Karen, when she was talking about you don't know what's going on in their life, I remember even asking my neighbor, who was interviewing a lot of people for a job, and then she could only hire like 1 or 2 people. I said, who do you know? She says, well, I do have this list of people that are looking for jobs. I said, good, I have it. I'd like to get the names of those people. And she said, oh, yes, but don't tell them that I gave you the list. Just say you heard through the grapevine. So I started dialing for dollars, calling, hi, I'm Christine Peterson. I just moved here to Houston. You don't know me, but I'm building a new organization. I'm looking for leaders for a movement. And someone referred me through the grapevine that you might be interested. And so I started going, and this one person I called, she said, well, yes, I would like to hear about that. So I said, great. And I said, no, I just would get your information. I was going to go visit at her house. And so I got her number. And then I said, Janet Lynn. She says, oh, no, it's Janet Ann Lynn or whatever her name was. And then I said, is this the address? She said, oh, no. I said, oh, dear, I think maybe I got the wrong person. And she said, oh, no, I want to hear about this. I said, oh, of course. And so I drove to her house and I did this little presentation like we would do a Zoom, but it was in real life. And she said, I'm so glad, this afternoon I came home. I've been teaching school all day. And this afternoon around about 3:00, I just sat down on the side of my bed and I just said a prayer to God, please send me something new, send me something different. And you called. And it was a wrong number. Doesn't that give you the goosebumps? And she became my first director in Houston. And then she got a Cadillac. And so you never know what's going on in people's lives. Never prejudge. Don't assume. Don't be afraid. I don't worry about who says no, but I worry about who I miss. I find this business fairly exciting. My big line, I love when I meet people just like Kimberly, I'll say, what are you doing now? You look sharp like a leader, and they'll tell me, oh, I do this and I'm doing this. And I say, are you planning to do that forever? I'm dramatic. Are you planning to do that forever? I'm dramatic. And they go, well, no, not really. And I said, really? What would you like to do? I ask questions. And they'll tell me, well, I would like more freedom. I'd like this. I'd like to make more money. And then I step back and I say, you know what? I might have a solution for you. Would you be open to hearing about it? So I'm saying, would you be planning to do that forever? What do you do? What would you like to do? I might have a solution. Would you be open? Those are just simple words. You don't have to say it just perfect, but and you can do it quickly. 2, 3, 4 minutes, just exactly what Kimberly said. So those are my tidbits today. As a result, because I became warm chatter queen, I started doing that every day. When I moved to Houston, I went out every day and got 10 new leads. 10 new leads every day, Monday through Friday, because I got to have 50 leads. And then I'd get these people. And then it started. I had one person, I got 2. A lot of people said no. It was okay. Didn't bother. I didn't care who said no. I was looking for the ones that wanted to say yes, and wanted to rise up. And so I worked with them, and then I built leaders, became a national sales director. I created the vision of where we're going, what we're doing. This is our movement. Who's going to be our first Cadillac? Who's going to be our first director? Who's going to be our first national? Who's going to be this? I was like, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. See, nobody follows a parked car. You have to have that enthusiasm that you saw in Kimberly today. You can't just be, hi, do you think you might be interested? I don't know. It might not be for you, but I don't know. I've just started this new business and I'm just practicing and I don't know. You wouldn't entice me. Someone has to be, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going, this is what we do, because you're selling hope. People want what you have. Does everybody get that? So get your enthusiasm cape on, superwoman, superman cape, and you are invincible, and get out there and talk to people. They're everywhere. You're at the gas station. There's a person next to you. How's it going today? Yeah, it's pretty cold. Where do you work? Are you going to work? Yeah. What do you do? Well, I'm a plumber. Really? How long you been doing that? Are you planning to do that forever? That's all you have to say. And just make it simple. No, I've been there forever. Really? You know, what would you really like to do? Well, I'd like more freedom. I don't want to keep getting up and digging in and cleaning people's toilets and down in the ditch. And I said, you know what? I might have a solution for you. Would you be open? That's all you have to say. And have fun with the business. But it's the consistency doing it every single day, every day, 10, 10, 10, 10. And the numbers never let you down, but people do. So those are my words of wisdom. Happy Friday.
Thank you very much,
Oh,
everybody.
wait,
Great.
can I say one other thing? I'm so sorry. I know we're over, but thank you, Christine, for warm chatting me as a national sales director. I mean, you're so high up in the business, yet you're still in the field. And thank God you were. You changed my life.
Oh, thank you. Well, see, here's the deal. I always saw this as a bigger picture. When I built in Houston, and then I don't believe acorns can grow under oak trees, and I built executive directors, and then I built some nationals. I said, it's time for me to move. So I moved to Chicago to build a new organization. And so I moved there, and even though I was a national, that was the top of the company, I was in the field. Now I had other national friends that wouldn't do that. They were just like, oh, I'm a national. I don't need to do that. I've got the title. And I'm going, no, I want to be an inner circle at the top of the company. See, at every level that we have, you have the beginnings, the middles, and the top of each group. Then you have And in our old group, we'd have directors that were directors, selling directors, Cadillac drivers, trip winners. And then we had the nationals. But even in the national, we had low, nationals, medium, and the top. And I always wanted to be in the top. So I just knew I needed more people. That's all it is. You just need more people. And I was looking for the stars, the leaders, to build my organization. And so I was there for 4 years. Kimberly became a national sales director. And then I moved on to Atlanta and built more nationals in Atlanta. And then I moved on. I was looking for sharp people that wanted to be part of the movement. And I was selling the dream of where we're going and they're going to become. And that's what I want you to think about today. Where do you want to be? Visualize yourself, feel it, as George says. It is so important, not just to write the goal down. Feel it, live it, be it, become that. And all of a sudden you become that person. In the beginning, you don't feel it. You're scared, you're nervous. I don't feel it. There are other people smarter than me. I don't know. They look better. They're, whatever. No. And that's what's so great about this industry and networking. Anybody can do it. The only way you can fail is to quit or not do it. But it's those that choose to stretch themselves and step out of their comfort zones. And you become a totally different person. I'm a totally different person than I was 43 years ago when I entered this industry. I was always taught, don't talk about money. My mother told me, we don't talk about money. And then suddenly entered the industry. Oh, we make this kind of money. It's so fantastic. And I'm going, what? I had to change. And then I was taught, don't talk to strangers. And now I have to talk to strangers. It doesn't matter. It's just, but you become this different person. And then you become the example to your children. You're not a cripple. You are actually, it's not what's taught in your environment, it's what's caught. And you are the example for your children. If your children see you timid, just working day by day, trading time for money and never progressing, and you're just average like everybody else, your children think that's what they should do, is be average. You have to step up and be the example for your children. So I don't know how I got on to that, but I'm very passionate about that. Become great, become big, be big, play big, and you will be invincible in the world. And today is the first day of the rest of your life. Don't look back. Don't look at the present. That isn't who you're going to be. Today isn't your future. But you go into action and you can do it. And as Karen said, we are such an amazing time right now. With AI, with 300 million jobs going to be lost in the next 2 years. Hello, there are a lot of people out there looking for you. They're looking for you. You don't want to miss the moment and say, oh, I was afraid. That's not who I am. But what if it could be? What if it could be? Try it. Okay, I'm done.
Never enough. Never enough. Thank you.
Good job, Kimberly. Love you.
Very quick, I want to make sure I put the link for the book that Kimberly was talking about, the one by Picard by Tom Schreider. It's on the right side. You can have the Audible form or the written form. You can have the Audible or you can have the one in Amazon. Amazing presentation and amazing inspiration from all of you, from Karen, from Christine, and obviously Kimberly. You like always great training too. And something that I have to remember, something important. Every master has been a disaster. Remember this, everybody has been a disaster. Nobody's perfect.
Yes.
But anyway, and tomorrow we have the training on the pay plan. I'm going to go into and you know how I do the pay plan. It's not going to be boring. You're not going to be sleeping all over the place. I want to make sure that you get why we're so excited about the money tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Okay, and thank you, Kimberly. Great job.
Where do I find yesterday's replay on YouTube? On a cell phone?
Yeah, it is there.
Where?
And it's on our channel, on the Our Legacy Makers channel. And we have the links everywhere. The links are on the website, the ourlegacymakers.com, or in the shout. Also, we have the links there for the channel. And you can find it. And let me see. Let me send you the link. I'm gonna set the link for the Legacy Makers channel. Right.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, here is the Legacy Maker channel on the right side. You go all the way to the bottom where I say the morning calls, and then you are going to see, there's a lot of recordings there. There are a lot of recordings.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I add one more thing? Thank you, George and Adrian, for having this mastermind the way you do, because it is such excellent training from everybody. I love to hear from all of these masters, all of these people on here, all the new ones, all the ones who are more experienced, all the ones who have made millions. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for knowing everybody we want to know.
Thank you very much. And I'm probably going to have Thomas Friday in one of our calls. We are planning on having special calls with celebrities. And I sent a text message. We always talk back and forth. He's living in Thailand right now, but I would love to have him on the line in one of our special calls that we are planning. You will hear more in the future, in the next few weeks, anyway. Okay, thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you, George.
Yeah, we are already over time, but this is recorded. And as a matter of fact, let me put the link of this one. This call, as soon as you get off the call, wait like 5 minutes, and then you can actually see this recording of today. Thank you very much. We talk to you next time or tomorrow. Have a great weekend too. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
George.
you. Thanks, Christine and Karen.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Thank you, George.